The story The Fox and the Sour Grapes. In a picturesque countryside, there lived a sly and cunning fox. The fox was known far and wide for his craftiness and his knack for outsmarting the other animals. On a bright, sunny day, the sun bathed the countryside in a warm and inviting light. As the fox wandered through the lush vineyards, he came across a sight that made his mouth water. Hanging from a vine, glistened a bunch of plump and juicy grapes. Their deep purple hue and the promise of their sweet nectar was irresistible. The fox, driven by desire, leaped to reach the grapes but fell short. He tried again and again, stretching and reaching with all his might, but the grapes remained just out of his grasp. Frustration and disappointment welled up within him as the fox realized that no matter how hard he tried, the grapes were beyond his reach. In a mix of anger and resignation, the fox decided that those grapes were probably sour and not worth his effort. With a final, dismissive glance at the grapes, the fox turned and walked away, his pride still intact. However, as he walked through the vineyard, he couldn't help but think about the grapes he had so desperately desired but couldn't obtain. The thought of those unattainable grapes lingered in his mind. In an attempt to console himself, he began to convince himself that the grapes must be sour. Days turned into weeks, and the fox's obsession with the grapes persisted. He had become known among the other animals as the sour grapes fox. One day, a wise and kind-hearted rabbit approached the fox and asked about his fixation on the grapes. The fox, still feigning indifference, replied, "Those grapes are sour. I don't want them." The rabbit, curious and caring, decided to investigate. She hopped over to the vine and plucked a grape with ease, handing it to the fox. The fox, torn between his pride and his desire, hesitated but eventually took the grape from the rabbit's paw. He bit into the grape and was met with a burst of sweetness. It was succulent, juicy, and absolutely delicious. The fox, his ego bruised, looked at the rabbit, who wore a knowing smile. The fox realized that he had allowed his pride and stubbornness to prevent him from enjoying the very thing he had desired. He thanked the rabbit and felt a deep sense of gratitude for her wisdom and the valuable lesson she had taught him. From that day forward, the fox abandoned his pretense and resolved never to let pride cloud his judgment or prevent him from appreciating something truly desirable. The vineyard thrived, and the story of the sour grapes fox became a timeless tale, reminding all who heard it that humility and honesty were more valuable than pride, and sometimes, the sweetest fruits are within our reach if we let go of our ego. The story the end.